There we go.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so I'll just start again. So
Mhm.
basic question, what is Islam?
Basic question, what is Islam? Okay, that's good. Okay. So Islam is a kind of meaning of submission,
Mm,
and it's like the content mean the submission to the God. And Islam also can be said with the salam, like if you can hear like a Muslim when they greet each other, so it's like Assalamu alaikum.
yeah.
So peace be upon you. So it's
Mm,
like we just make a dua or we make the prayer so that it will be peace for you. So it's
right.
kind of that. Mm. So
Very
I
nice.
think you know about that. So it's like
Mm,
yeah.
mm. And what's the main difference between Islam and Christianity? Because I see there's quite a lot of similarities, right? It's
That's so
Moses
true.
and then just Jesus, but I think the main difference is that Christians don't see the Prophet Muhammad as a god, right?
Yes, that's right. So mean our Islam, you don't see Prophet Muhammad is a god, right?
Mm, mm,
Yeah, yes, yeah, yes. And but for the Christianity, you say that you see Jesus is a god, right?
right.
Like
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
Trinity,
Yeah.
kind
Sorry.
of that.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah. See, Jesus as a god, but not as a prophet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
So back to our topic. So it's like, what is the difference between the Christian and all and Islam? So there is so a lot of the point, but I can say that the one of the different is like the time. As
okay.
you know that the Christian is come from like 2000 2000 before,
Right.
and for the Islam is come a bit later because
Mm,
like the Prophet Jesus or Prophet Isa as a Muslim, so we come first, and after that, Prophet Muhammad SAW is like 1,400 right now.
yeah.
So that is the time different, and the second is like the how is the acceptance of the two prophets. As you know that for the Christian, you for the Christians say that Jesus is a God, and
Mm,
for a Muslim, we believe that Jesus is just a prophet,
prophet. Yeah.
and yeah, and also the last messenger is the Prophet Muhammad SAW.
Mm,
And so it's like why should just like why did not you just accept that the Prophet Muhammad is the last messenger, not the Prophet Isa. For me, it's like kind of like, for example, it's like the COVID, the COVID. How I guess the analogy is like, because it's like before this, the COVID is like we just have to quarantine ourselves. It's like about 14 days, and
yeah.
after that we can it can come out. And after that, the rules of the from the ruler say that you can't just stay in your house within the 14 days, but you have to stay about 1 year, because it's like the time difference. So the
Mm,
ruler before this is like probably is like CA, probably A, and after that the ruler second is like the Z say that it's like, now you have to listen to me, because it's like I'm the ruler right now, so you have to listen to me, and now you can't go out anywhere, and you have to stay at your house about 1 year. So
right.
because the ruler is right now is like the Z, not the A, because the A is like not the prime minister
Latest.
right now.
Right.
Yeah, the latest prime minister. So that is why. Well, that is
Mm,
why we say that the Prophet Muhammad SAW is the last messenger and not the Jesus, like that. And
right.
how the acceptance, one of the acceptance is like in the Martin Luther. I will give you this uh,
Quote.
paraphrase.
Okay.
There, yes, this quote in his book, Verlager Alcars Ricardi. So it's like the book is like so hard for me, but it is it's mentioned about the Prophet Muhammad. It's like say that Prophet Muhammad label is as a devil and for the Islam, on the other hand, accept belief in Jesus as one of the messenger, and Muslim who does not believe in Jesus as a messenger, then his faith is considered corrupt. So that is Martin Luther said that Muhammad is the head of the robber, a satisfier of lust, a sufferer of illiteracy, has satanic qualities. So I'm so sorry for my English.
It's
So
okay.
it's like, so so that is the Martin Luther said in his book, like I mean the Bible book. Okay, and but how about how Islam accept Prophet Isa and his mom is like the Maryam, and if you want to know that in the Quran we have the surah about surah Maryam. So mean like the chapter, for example, is like if you want to know that Prophet Muhammad SAW have the mother, his mother is called Aminah. Aminah. But there is no Aminah name in the Quran. But why Allah mentioned the chapter Surah Maryam, the chapter name is Maryam in the Quran. So that is mean like Islam is really appreciate Prophet Isa and his mom also. So it's like kind of that. So and also in the Quran mention about the Al-Masih. Al-Masih we call it, or the Isa, son of the Maryam, is no other than a messenger who has preceded by several messenger, and his mother was a very religious mother. Al-Quran, Al-Ma'idah, this is the chapter. And another ayah is in the surah in the Quran also, mentioned Jesus is the son of the Mary, a leader in his world and in the hereafter, in this world and in the hereafter. So it's mean like in the Quran, it does mean like
Not the last.
because yeah, that is not the last, and also it's just only the messenger in the Quran. So that is like
I
so
see.
that is how the acceptance of the different acceptance between the Christian and the Islam about the prophet, both of the prophet. Okay, okay, and the term of the source, because for the source, as you know that for the Muslim we have like two sources. It's Al Quran, then As Sunnah, and for the Bible there is a lot of the terms.
Right.
So, one of the terms is like the Old Testament and the New Testament. Yes. So if you know about that.
Yeah.
So for the Islam, we have the last testament. That is. Yeah. All right. So
See.
I have yes, I have right. So I will just share to you by the screenshot, probably
Okay.
so that you can just read. So although it's like kind of I direct translate from the Malay to English. If it's worse, so yeah. So I made some of the research about that. So, but that is not the glories as nice. So that is the different sources, term of the source, and after that the content. So the content is like the Bible is have a mixed word between the God and the writing of the historian. So it's like they have like different yeah. So mean like not just only the God word, but it also from the historian also.
I see.
Yeah. Yes. So and also for the Al Quran, we have the call it hadith, or there is no mix of the Quran. So mean like the Quran only only mean like the Quran only the word from the God.
Yeah.
But hadith, have you heard about hadith? Okay.
Like the do's and
So
don'ts, right?
hadith is actually is like
The guidance.
all yeah, one of the guidance. So what I can call it is like yeah, it's kind of the guidance. It's like for example, it's like apple. What is the apple? So we know about that, but the teacher we say that apple have two different colors, so it's like green and red. And how is taste sweet or sour? How is it? So that is the hadith. So mean like the it's mean being taught or being teach by the Prophet Muhammad or all the prophet.
Right.
So that is So but it's mentioned is like the hadith is like kind of what prophet do, what prophet mention, what prophet talk, what prophet said in his feeling. So that is all about the hadith. So so that is okay. And okay. Oh, I forgot to. Have you used this Zoom before in
Yeah.
previous?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, cool. Okay, all right. Okay. So these two different terms, and after that, belief. Okay. And also, what the amazing thing about the Quran is, if you test, probably Adam, if you want to test Adam, so you can just ask Adam, like in the Arabic word, for the first page. So can you read for the first page? So if you test Adam and you test any Muslim in the world, they say the same exactly the word,
Right.
and for the middles and for the end. So it means like there is so many Muslim that remember the Quran,
Right.
but it's like being a question. So um there is a Christian that can really memorize all the Testament or all the Bible?
Mm.
I mean, like, is it they probably can remember all the word from their God in the Bible? So that is okay. And the belief. Okay, so the belief is like love your God, love your Lord with your own mind in the Bible mark, and God is the God. God is a God who love other, not the confusion.
Yeah.
So this is the Bible mention. Okay. And after that, the different is the and also this is about, because as you know that Christian have like Trinity. Is it?
Mm.
Uh, say to me if
Holy
I am
Trinity.
wrong. I don't know. Yeah, Trinity. Yes. So, but in the Corinthian, okay, we also know that the God is the only one who is the Father. There is no others. So it's like just only one. There is no three. Yeah, from that from that Bible. So that is not me. This is the one. So
Right.
even though there is many called God and God both in heaven and earth, but for us God is this only one. So there is no three or two, but it's only one. He is the Father who create all things, and for him is belief. So that is mentioned in the Bible also. That is for the Islam, for the Muslim in the Quran, is mentioned in the Surah Al-Ikhlas. That is the last of the chapter. It means Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahu samad. There is no God, but I just have the Malay translation. Uh, um, the ayah number 3 is like lam yalid wa lam yulad. One of the ayah in the Malay words is like Allah tidak beranak dan tidak pula diperanakkan. Or there is mean like Allah is never what beranak. We were pregnant, and there is not possible that Allah have the father or the mother. So it's kind of that. Yes. So father or mother or the son. So it's like kind of that. Okay, so the different terms of faith. Okay, for this is the faith about I said just now. In the Bible, Matthew 11:25. At the time, Jesus said, "I thank thee, O Lord, heaven and earth, that thou hast hide these things from the wise and prudent, and has revealed them upon thee." Added. So So that is one of the because I just like copy, and I just like, okay, this is the one that I can talk about you with you after this. And okay, after that, about there is it the Prophet Muhammad is the last messenger? So it's like kind of because it's from your question about that. So and in the from the Quran, this is Surah Al Ahzab ayat 40. And yet, indeed, Muhammad is the last messenger and the seal of the all the prophets. So it means this is the word of the our God. Say that Prophet Muhammad is the last messenger. So it's like after that, if there is like so many people or so many say that I'm the last messenger, so that is the wrong. It's like that's it. Okay, so we go. So that is the oh yes, and this is the one that in the Surah As-Saf ayat 6. This is the Prophet Jesus or Prophet Isa said that I'm not the last one messenger, but after me there is a man called it Ahmad. Okay, so this is the ayah. Surah As-Saf ayat 6. And remember when Jesus son of Mary said that, O children of Israel, I'm the messenger of God to you. All of the confirm for what has come down before me, that in the Torah bring the news, bring the is that kind of is happy with the messenger who will come after me, whose name is Ahmad or Muhammad. So it's mean like when it's like the prime minister said that I'm not already a prime minister, and after this, I'm not the one that will rule you, and there is another prime minister will rule you. That is called Ahmad. So it's
Right.
like we know that okay, so that you are not now is not the one that will be rule our country. So kind of yes. So okay, so hopefully it's answer for your question first.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very much okay.
Yeah. Then, oh yeah, I think you have on the screen also. Yeah, I was gonna ask you what are the 5 pillars that every Muslim must fulfill.
Yes, that's right. Okay. So yeah, I just have the separation about 10 of the questions. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, so there is the 5 pillar every Muslim have to fulfill, and why? Is it because it's like why is have a 5 pillar? The first one is okay. All one until four, one until five is really crucial. For example, if you just do the 2, 3, 4, and 5, you will not consider a Muslim.
Yeah.
For example, is you fasting in the Ramadan. All the Ramadan is like 1 month of Ramadan, but still you are not Muslim. But why? Why? Can you know why is it?
If you don't fulfill 1 month,
No. It's like you fasting. It's like you fasting because it's like the 5 pillar is like praying, fasting, zakah, and hajj. But why is it you are not Muslim? Although you are fasting in one of in the Ramadan like for 1 month. So why you are not Muslim? Do you know that? Can you guess?
because it's not full submission if you don't do the 5.
Okay, right. So it's like it's kind of it's like you okay about you want to learn you want to learn maths. You want to learn maths. You learn all the thing like subtraction. You learn about multiplication. You learn about all the things. So like subtract all minus plus all the things. But you did not learn the number. I mean like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How come you know about how to do that things? So that is mean like for the Shahada. Shahada is like so important. Shahada is mean there is no God about Allah. That is if you want to be a Muslim, so you don't have to be baptized or you don't have to shower. You don't have to like do like something big, but you have just believe by your heart, believe by your mouth, mean like you said about that, and believe by your action. How your action is like by the prayer, by the fasting. So the shahada is the one main things. So it's like you have to say that La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. That is mean that there is no God but Allah. There is no God except Allah, and Muhammad is the last messenger of God. So
So you
if you
basically
don't believe
just
Muhammad,
say this, and then you will be considered a Muslim.
yes,
Like, or
that's
there's at
right.
least one step. There's at least one step, right?
Yeah, that is the first step. That is, if you do all the prayer, fasting, zakah, and hajj, but you did not do the shahada,
Hmm.
so is you not considered a Muslim
Yeah.
because you did
Okay.
not say about that. So
Hmm.
it's like belief is so important. So it's like if you believe something, so you have to accept and you have to do that things. So it's
Okay.
kind of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, and for what I say that the future daughter, son-in-law, Auntie Melina, just said about this shahada, and after that, he learned how to pray, and he learned how to fast, and he learned how to pray, to pay the zakah and hajj and all things. So the first main thing is shahada. So you have to believe there is
Hmm.
no God except Allah, and Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the messenger of God. And right now there is so many people during the lockdown,
Yeah.
so many, because it's like it's so, because they have plenty of time and they do the research and kind of the religions and all things, so they do the shahada and
Hmm.
they embrace the
Convert.
Islam.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so there is. So if you want to do, then you're welcome. It's like, okay, so that is the first one. So and the second one is the prayer. So
Yeah.
you have to pray like 5 days,
Hmm.
5 times in a day,
Yeah.
in one day. So it's that no discount. So no no like, okay, I'm tired today, so I don't want to do that. No, because
Hmm.
it's like for when you enter the examination, so when you enter the uni, so you have to fulfill all the exam and all the quiz.
Yeah.
So if you did not like do the quiz at
You
about
fail.
five or yeah, you fail. So it's
Hmm.
like kind of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that is like we have to do the pride prayer. Although it's like maybe if you first you embrace the Islam first, okay, I try to increase. Yes, increase, not decrease. So
Yeah.
it's kind of that. Okay. And after that, fasting is probably it's hard for you if you fasting in Egypt, but
Hmm.
it's not that. Yeah, it's like because it's like from the fasting is really compulsory in the Ramadan. So
Yeah.
in the Ramadan, yeah, it's about five. In 1 month, 1 month we have to fasting, and because Singapore and Malaysia is just the same. It's about maybe 11 hours or 10 hours
Yeah.
probably. But in UK, I
Yeah.
think
It's quite
it's
long, right? Because the sun is up for very long. The sun doesn't set until 9 p.m., 8 p.m. something.
yeah. So, because in the summer, I think it's
Hmm.
about nine. No, 19 probably, kind of,
Yeah. 19
or
hours.
18.
Yeah.
Mm. But it's like really chill for me.
Hmm.
It's like because it's like I really love fasting in UK than Egypt. Why? Because
Weather.
this, yes, this is so true. Exactly. Because it's like in Egypt last time, in the Ramadan, the Celsius is like 40 and
Oh.
41. Oh my God. But it's like it's fine, inshallah. We just like because it's fasting is really like kind of make us like have
Grateful.
a patient, grateful for what our food is like. Oh, when we it's like different when your achievement for like in your exam, when you do the best, and rather compare with you when you cheat or when you like you did not do the best, like before that you just know that I will feel about that, so it's like I will feel this subject, so you will not do the hard
Hmm.
work. Then compare like your exam is like I will make it like straight A and all the thing. So that is a fasting. So it's like if you prohibited yourself like from doing like something haram or something like prohibited, mean not eat, not look any kind of
Sinful talk.
uh yeah, sinful talk or sinful mouth or
Mm.
sinful here, so something like that. So it's like, yeah. And after that, for the zakah, zakah is kind of the donation in the Ramadan.
Yeah.
It's like you have to, why you have to pay the zakah? It's like because not all the people is fortune. So not all people is afford to have the food and all things. So when it's come Eid, and after the fasting, we have the Eid. In Islam, we have two Eid.
Mm.
Eid after Ramadan and Eid next month. Next month is like Eid of Aidil Adha and Aidil Fitri.
Mm.
Aidil Adha, Aidil Fitri and Aidil Adha. Yeah. So it's like Aidil Adha is we have to do the korban. I don't know what is in Arabic in English. So for the Aidil Fitri, Aidil Fitri is
Good.
the like the goal after we just finish after we fasting about 1 month. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah. So the zakah is like we have to pay before the Aidil Fitri,
Mm.
the celebration. And for the Hajj is like so really important. It's like once in your life you have to do this.
Yeah.
Do you know Hajj is at where?
Is it in Jerusalem? No, it's
Mm,
in the Holy Mecca, is it?
yes.
Right?
This is the
Yeah.
good answer.
Mm.
Yes, it's correct. Yeah, good job. Okay. So it's like, yeah. So if you know that before in the Prophet Muhammad SAW, Islam is come our direction prayer is the holy, what you just said, Jerusalem. Yeah, Jerusalem in Palestine. Just now Palestine. After that, Allah asked him to change the direction from the Jerusalem to the Holy Mecca.
Yeah.
So we changed the direction to the Holy Mecca. And for the Islam, we have three places that really like holy prayer that
Okay.
we have. We pray. So three of the place is that one is in the Mecca,
Mm.
and the second is in the Madinah. Why Madinah is one of the place that Prophet Muhammad SAW moved to that place, and that is one of the reason. And after that, the Jerusalem in Palestine by now. So that is okay. So we have to do the Hajj because it's one of the reason is like Hajj in Mecca, because it's in Mecca, like for the example for the UK.
Mm.
In UK, we go to UK for the vacation because
Yeah.
it's like that place is like so nice, and because that place is like we have a lot of things we can do at
Yeah.
there. For example, if I go to the Singapore, because the Singapore is like so clean
Mm.
and the people is so nice and all the things, so we have the reason. But for Mecca, this is like the place like there is no before in previous. So this is just no anything. It's just like the building. There is no building. So it's like about the mountain, and we have to do the submission. So it's like it's make us to pay patient in our life. So it's a kind of, yeah. All right.
Okay.
So there is we call it. So we call it the Bloodstone and Tawaf. Also, for this is the terms like what we have to do in the Mecca or
Mm.
in Hajj. So there is the Sa'i, Tawaf, and all things.
Yeah.
So, well, okay. Is it I answer your question?
Yeah. Very well.
All right. So, all right. So we go to the next question. Is it?
Yeah. Sure.
All right. Okay. So number 3, can you tell me about the marriage between the 6 until 7 years old Aisha for the Prophet? Why this was allowed in the child marriage? Yeah. So all right. So this is the question that you gave me. Because as you know that Aisha married in the age of 9,
Yeah.
and I don't know from where do you know about this story, or is it you make the research and all?
I've seen the like I think one of my friends was talking about it before, so it was just something that was stuck in my mind ever since.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool, cool.
about how he married Aisha at that age. But yeah, I just wanted to know more about it.
Okay, about all right, cool, cool. Yeah, because it's like I thought that you got from the that there is like the one that hate Islam, so they drew the cartoon and all things. So one of the probably so they say that Prophet Muhammad is not a good man because he's married for the child and all things.
Mm,
So, but because for us as a Muslim, Prophet, okay, for we have to understand the situation back then. Okay,
okay. Yeah.
so like for you in previous, is it okay? So what age is your grandma married?
Last time probably like very young, maybe 18, 19 at most.
Okay, so 18, 19, yeah. So because my grandma probably married about 11, about 12,
Right.
something kind of.
Wow.
Yeah. So or another grandma because I got two grandma same with you. So another grandma is at 17 or 15, something like that.
Mm,
So it's like because of the tradition. Tradition is and the age different is kind for the male it's like 30 something, probably because
okay.
they have to take care of the family and they have to find the money at first, and after that they can marry someone.
Mm,
So and for the girls, it's like kind of like you can't go travel alone, and you can't do
work
like
or
something
study.
without, yeah, and work study you have to do in the kitchen. You just have to pay into the kitchen, and you have to give birth to for the next generation, and after that you have to do and something like about all like that is the tradition before.
Yeah, I see. So
So
like basically last time just the traditional gender role. So like the female was just stay at home, make baby and look after the kids. Not like now where male and female can compete in the workplace, both of them can work, both of them can study. So it's very different. Not like
yes,
yeah, the context last time and today's. Okay.
yes.
Mm.
And what when I love this question actually. When I do the research and it's like, Nick, so thank you about your question. Because it's like so many people ask me about that. But I just like I know how to say it. But because I can get the difference. It's like not just only for the Islam culture, but in previous in the century, 12th century in the Catholic Church, it was normal for them to marry at age of 12 or younger.
Oh wow.
It's like, oh, I just like, wow, Nick, thank you about that.
Right.
Because
Oh.
it's like, nah, I mean, it's like Catholic Church is like, I just knew I knew about, yeah, Islam culture is like, yeah, we have to in previous is like we have to marry about this in the age like it's so young, but in this centuries it's like for the woman married about 14, about or 40, about 35, about 30, it's like kind of, it's like it's normal
Mm.
for me it's like normal. But it probably in the previous it's like, why you not married right now, it's like 40 already, you are 35, you are
Mm.
still 30. It's kind of weird. It's like yeah, but it's now it's like it's chill,
Yeah,
yeah,
now it's
although you
normal.
are married, yeah, it's a kind of normal.
Mm.
Uh, and after that, okay, we talk about the Aisha first, and after that we talk about the Church, Catholic Church.
Okay.
It's like when the Prophet married the Aisha, actually, his father Abu Bakar actually not allow Prophet Muhammad marry his now see his daughter, because it's like prophet. how come Prophet is married my daughter? My daughter is like kind of the like normal person, but you are like a king. How come is that something like that? But actually, it's mentioned in the Quran that is in the hadith. Rasulullah Sallam was said that said. I saw Aisha in my dream twice, and I saw you in my room where is so clothed. A voice said that this is your wife. Then I unveil the face curtain, and your face is clearly visible. So I say that indeed, this is incident is by the will of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. So it's mean like uh, when the Prophet Muhammad SAW got the dream for first, and he said like, no, because it's like it's kind of impossible. Like where like Nick, you got the dream. It's like I have to marry an angel. Or you have to marry like some of queen in the this country. It's like no, it's impossible. But there is the dream is like twice come to you. So it's like it's probably this is the dream like really, and it's like clearly you remember about this dream, because sometimes there is two different dreams. It's like you when you woke up, so you don't remember. So another one is like the dream is like you remember long lasting. So that is probably this is the dream, like this is the good dream. So this is the one the reason why Prophet Muhammad SAW married Aisha. But they married in the 7 years old, but they live together in his 10 years old. So it means like after 3 years. So and there is kind of the argument. They say that some of books say that it's 19, some books say that 20, because we don't know about back then, because we do not have any like certificate or the proof that I say. So there is. And about the Catholic Church in the 12th century. So it's like there is it's kind of normal, considered normal. Even the United States in the 17th centuries to marry from 9 to 12 years. So it's like okay. Then that is something that normal in the United States. Even now, in some of state, it is 15 with the parental consent. So it's like so if the parent say that okay, my child can marry in 15, so because this is my child, so that is it's belong to me, not the belong to country or belong to the nation to decide is it I have to marry it or not. Something of that. So all right. So there is the say, and about there is the and this sheikh, because this the one that write about this content I got from the sheikh called sheikh prophet my sheikh Hasib. He's from the University Madinah. He said that why there is no ruler or no pupil said about the daughter of the prophet married in the age of 9 years. No one is discussed and attack the prophet about this. So it's like why they want to attack about just only the wife, not the daughter also. So it's like this is it's like a kind of they try to, like when you hate someone, you will try to find any bad things from them. It's like kind of So, but because when we just do the research and we know the situation, it's like someone, for example, I give the example bad for mungkin probably. It's like someone stole a bread. Why he stole a bread? Probably he really hungry. About like 3 or 5 months he did not eat. But we just slap him and we just throw him in the jail. But it's like, is it worth, like he just stole about one bread, then like but you did not help him. It's like kind of, but you just like you did not really try to live in or we call it you did not live in his shoes. It's like so because you did not put in his situation, so you did not know about anything. It's like saying of that. Okay, so is it I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. So right. So Okay, question 4. Is it you want to read?
Sure. So there I read some passages that were talking about slavery back then, but I can't really find any in the Quran that prohibits slavery. So maybe you can explain why there is.
Okay, right. Okay, I'll try my best. Yeah, I will try, because it's like the slavery. Okay. So how do you know like Islam is really cut right? Really did not support about prohibited. Yeah, prohibited the slavery.
I saw that they had certain rules about what you could do with the slave, but they didn't say anything if slavery is bad or immoral or is a sin to own another person.
Oh, okay, I got it. Okay, right. So for your information, Nick, so it's like actually Islam is the one that help
Abolish.
the yeah, I mean like the slavery to be no
Mm.
sorry, abolish, is it
Yeah, abolish
abolish?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, so abolish the slavery. So before that, because it's back then, like as we know that slavery is come from the because you attack this country and you come this country and you take the people from
Their
that
land.
nation and
Yeah.
or that place and all things. So because it's slavery is kind of really bad, because it's like there is no slave in this world except we just give submission to the god. It's like
Mm.
mean like there is you can't we can't do anything except for the one that really make us. So it's like yeah, and if you know that Bilal bin Rabah, one of the Prophet Muhammad SAW good friend, best friend. And do you know about azan? Azan? Allahu
Hasn't?
Akbar, Allahu Akbar. It's like when we got the prayer and
Oh
there
yeah.
is the
Yeah. 5 times, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, that's right. The five times. So that is actually when this is the one of the Prophet Muhammad SAW best friend called is Bilal. Why and the one that called the azan, we call it the man, we call it Bilal because
Bilal.
it's like because of the because of Prophet Muhammad SAW best friend. So we
Oh,
call it Bilal also. So it's
Bilal.
like kind of yeah. So for example, it's like chemist. Chemist, I don't know. It's like yeah, it's fine. Okay. It is, chemist. I think it's like from the Al Khwarizmi. Al Khwarizmi is like one of the the man that create the chemistry. So we take the chemist from the Al Khwarizmi, his name to the that. It's like for the for example, it's like the Newton's law in physics. Do you know that?
Mm.
Okay, so we take the name from that and make the formula. So it's a kind of for the bidar, as you say. Yeah, right about that. So because the slavery before Islam came, slavery is so many. But how why so many when Islam is came? Actually come from the people that is no money, hungry, or mean like it's really mean no, not really right, miskin, right, what we call it. Not money, don't have any money. So it's like
Right.
kind of yeah. So Bilal is one of the one that really fall in love with Islam because Islam teach all the people is the same. So that is mean like although you are a black color, although you are white color, although you are have money, although you are fortune, although you are unfortunate people, but you can just embrace Islam because we are the same. How how we how we do this, we apply this in the prayer, in the salah. If you have see the Islam prayer,
Mm.
yeah. So Islam prayer is like so many. There's only one commander. We call it one commander, and all
Imam.
the people. Yes, imam. Yeah, you know about that. Yeah. So imam, and after that, this is all the we call it mamum. Mamum is like, although you are a sultan, or although you are your king, although you are not have money, but you can stand together in the soft. We call it soft, or we call it line. So that is how Islam teach you. We are the same for the five prayer, the daily prayer. So that is one of. Okay. All right. So this is one. So the slavery actually not 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 is uh is happened before that, and Islam helped to abolish to make the slavery no not happen. Yeah. So that's right. Okay. Okay, so it is the time the Prophet Muhammad SAW, even before him, slavery is very common and widespread. This is because the frequent war between the empire tributes region and also on what I just said before this. So that is okay. So this is the Quran mentioned about the slavery, and whoever of you does not have enough ability to marry good women who are free, who are honored and believe, then you may marry the slave of the believing woman that you have. So it means like if you are not have any money to marry a good man, a good woman or man, so you can just marry a slave. So it means like slave is have a hak. What is it mean? Have he have the right? Yes, he have the right to marry. So mean like you can't just only play with her. You can't just only keep her, but you have to marry and you have to do the right for the woman. So it's kind of that. Okay. So about that, and actually Islam is trying to abolish this slavery until now. In the slavery system is be ended in the 1860 in Berlin. But it cannot say that Islam is not trying to abolish the slave.
Mm.
Mean like it's because of the system, right? Because it's like Islam try to abolish that, but because it's like because of the nation and because of the we are different country. But now if you have the slave in your house, it's the
It's haram.
considered, yeah, haram now. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, that is. Is it I answer your question?
Mm. Because
Okay.
I also see some arguments that say that last time slavery was necessary, and also it was a big part of the economy.
Yeah, kind of. Because they want one of the reason what I read before is like because they want to have the economy mean what hierarchy. So it's mean you they want to be like, okay, this is hierarchy like for the slave about this portion, and for the normal people this portion, and for the king this portion. So it's like the one that have the money in this portion. For example, if all the people is the same, so who want to do the slave? So kind of
Mm.
you got it. So it's kind of, yeah. So why is they want to do the like economy to being like so, but is after that they being haram because there is
No reason.
no such, yeah, for now. Like,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. So all right. And if you want to do if you want, because I put the link, so after this I will give you this content, so probably if you want to read, or but
Okay. Further reading.
most of the content most of the content is from the Malay, so it's,
Mm.
you have to direct translate. You have
Okay.
to translate. So yeah. Hmm. Okay. Okay. I got the question.
Okay,
Yeah.
next question. Is there equality between females and males in Islam? Property rights, marriage, violence, etc.
Okay, alright. So actually, it's like for this question, most of the most of my friends will ask about this, and especially about the property. So, what your opinion about the property in Islam, about why you just suddenly ask about this? It's like
I know males have like the overall say in property. Um, in I think even in the court, they that there was this line, something like a man's word is twice as worthy as a woman, something like that. They also have disparity in divorce. I know for a woman, they can't just divorce the husband, but husband can divorce the wife just by saying talat talat talat, right?
no.
Um,
It's
and
correct,
I
correct.
think there is only certain exceptions where the female can divorce if it's like domestic violence or something very bad, then they are able to divorce, but they don't have the same rights as a man.
Okay, good. Yes, you got it. Yes, you got the point. That's correct. Okay, so I will explain to you why it's like Islam is kind of for me it's really good because Islam is from the God, so the one that create us, so he know what the woman and men should or not. Okay. So for the proper property, so the for about the property, if you want to know that about we call it, what do you call it, in Islam we have the things
Mm.
apa zakah hijab apa semua apa apa ni apa saya tak ingat lah apa yang kena bayar tu kalau bila meninggal. Ha. I don't really remember about this. But when uh, apa bukan nafkah, we call it. But there is the property for the woman is the different portion for the man. For example, if the man got like uh, three or four, portion for the man, and for the woman only can have like one of the four or 1/4 portion.
Okay.
So if you think about kind of like why men is have more than women, it's like yeah, you will just ask a question about this.
Mm.
So can you just, so for you is like is good or is bad or is like not really, what do you call it,
Equal?
not really equal? Yes. Yeah, so you say that not really equal. Yeah, it's like correct. So it's like not really equal for if we just see the number, but if we see from the responsible, you will just like, oh, it should be like this. Like for example it's like if all the people got the money, mean the wages,
Mm.
all the people got wages is like 2,000,
Yeah.
or like um for the poor people, probably they say like, oh, it's enough for me, it's like 2,000. But for the minister, is it they will enough with the 2,000?
Uh,
No, because it's like not enough, because they have to give the 2,000 to the his man. Mean like his people, like I mean like they have to give to the building. They have to give to to the country, and they have to give to the his family. So it may, it's not enough for him, but for
Mm.
the poor people, it's enough because he has less responsible than this man. Mean like the minister. Yeah. So
Okay.
that is how.
If
And
what about like today? Like let's say you are earning $3,000, your husband earning $3,000, but he still get more property rights than you. Do you think it's fair?
okay, so for the Islam, we you have the for your wages is 3,000 and your wife is 3,000.
Hmm.
But if you think for the responsible in Islam, for a man, they have a lot of responsible because they have to give their money not only for himself, but they have to give his money to his family and to his family mean like to his children, to his wife, and probably to his next generation. And after that, he have to give to his sister if he has his sister, and he have to give to his mom also, and he has to give to his family if his family needs something. So
Okay.
it's mean like he have to cover all the things, and he have to pay for the house, and he have to pay for the car and all the things. But for the woman, he just have she just have to take care of herself. I mean like she doesn't have to like spend like for the car or spend for the building for his family. I mean like uh so that is the responsible. Can you see that?
Mm.
It's like
Mm.
yeah. For that is for me it's like for the property in Islam is like it's so equal when we see the responsible, not the number. That is.
I see. Because back home in Singapore, a lot of my Muslim female friends like who are working now, they actually have about the same responsibilities because in Singapore so expensive, right? So when they earn their money, they give to their parents and then they also help the family quite a lot. So I don't see quite a difference now because especially
Uh,
now they will have to work. Maybe last time, yeah, I would see because last time not a lot of females would go out to work, but then now it's so expensive, the cost of living. Then both also have to work and both also have to give to their family. So I'm wondering why the property rights still not
okay.
changed.
Okay. So actually, it's like they can be taught. It's like if you want to do the portion, this portion is happen when the property the property is will be happen for the portion when for example your dad is passed away or your mom is passed away, so we
Okay.
get the portion. So is for example, I have like 12 siblings. So my siblings say that we want to substitute this portion. For the man it's like half, for the woman and also half. So all everyone is agree. So we can have the half of the portion. So it means like not the
Three
three
quarter.
per 3/4 or
I see.
1/4 for that. So it's like it's happened for the by wording,
Mm,
but it also can be happen by the Quran,
contract.
what Quran mentioned. So it's like
Okay.
it can be happen two or three ways. So
Mm.
it's different for the different family. So that
So
is
it's not fixed, but they can negotiate if they want.
yeah. So there is this is the one of the Allah give the solution. But if you want to do the second solution, it can be happen. If you want to do the third solution, it can be happen.
I
But
see.
it's important to have all the people is agree.
Mm,
So not it's like okay, I don't want to do this, and if she want to do this, it's like no, it can't be like that. So you have to be all people is agree. So
okay.
this is for the property.
Mm,
Get it? Yeah, right. So that is how the first, and the second one is married.
yep.
Okay, so if you know about wali, no.
No.
Okay, so wali is like is someone for the girl. It's like because
Okay.
the difference between the girl and the boys, female and male. So for the woman, when they want to marry a guy, they have to have the wali. So mean like someone that will be take care of him. So mean like for me, there was someone that be take care of me right now is who is my wali. Do you know that? Who can you
Mm,
guess? Someone take care of me right now because I'm not married yet.
your
So can you
dad,
guess?
yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Okay. So yeah, so that is my wali. So my dad. So my dad. So means like for the woman, they need wali to say that yes, I'm agree that to give my daughter to
Any man.
someone else.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay.
But however, for the man, they can just like okay, I really like this guy, this girl. I mean, I really like this girl. So is it, I can marry her. So it's like he can just do the decision right now. So I mean,
Mm,
he doesn't have to do like ask the permission by his
father.
father or
Yeah.
mom. It's good for to ask the permission, but it's like he can do the decision right now. So it's kind of so for the woman, they can't be like that because for me it's like
Mm,
kind of the protection because because woman is something like so fragile. So they look at the guy, it's like okay, I love him, it's like, and he did not never know about the maybe the history of that guy or something else. So the wali will take care of her daughter, and
like a
he will
protection, I guess.
yes
Right.
protection, and he will do the research how it's about this guy, is it his guy is good or not. Yeah. So it's like something like if you want to give or something like really expensive, so for a diamond, for example you want to give a diamond, is it you just give something like that, or you just like okay you have to give me money and you have to do this, you have to post this thing, and after that you can have this thing, is it? So you have to do that protection first. So after that, you will pass this to you. Something like okay.
Mm,
Correct. So
I
it's like
see.
need the wali. Yeah. So it's that something someone to protect her. So for me, it's like kind of like oh, Islam is really protect me. So kind of. Mm. And someone is doesn't like, but I love it. So it's like yeah. So that is okay. So
Mm,
divorce. Divorce. Okay. So about the divorce, yes. Before this, what you say that a man is man can be just do the talak. It's like I talak you tiga, I talak you satu, I talak you dua macam tu.
yeah.
Tapi but for the woman, they can't do this. Can you just imagine if woman happen if the talak is give to the woman? It's like the hand to woman.
I think I hear this argument before. So then they say that the divorce rate will be very high because women are emotional. Is it? Is that what you're going to say?
That's so true.
Right.
Yeah, it's like if because plus it's like because every month women have
Menstruation. Yeah.
yeah, so they have their period and all things. So it's like they have the emotional rate so high. So it's like they doesn't like something. It's like I will talk you right now. So it's like it's possibly will be high. And what the statistic from the America, because I hear this from my lecturer, say that in American for women have the right to talak his husband.
Okay.
It means like the rate of divorce in American is so high. So it's like because the power is at the woman, not
Mm,
the guy. So it's like something like that. So and yeah, so that is one of the reason why Islam want to protect women from like to 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 protect him and protect her from that doesn't anyone to take care of her. So it's like when he talak someone, so of course his husband will not take care of her after that. So kind of
I see.
if you
But
look at it.
I can see like why some people would think that that is not fair, that they are like macam like generalized to be thought of emotional, because I mean some guys also can be emotional, but to just not give them the option, and some will feel also they are gonna be able to like unable to leave an unhappy marriage if they don't have the option. But what do you feel about that?
Yes. Okay, good. Okay, because I don't want to give the next word, but because you asked me, so actually they have they have the next step. Mean like if the husband is really always
Jahat,
do the bad things and always make a hard for her, and after that he can just go to the what we call it civil magistrate, 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 is it magistrate? He can just go to there and say that my husband do this and this, and you have to be proof that you have to go to the hospital and take picture of what is it the husband really slap you, and take the picture of the black things or blue and all the things, so you have the proof,
Mm.
and the magistrate will be handle these things, and probably she can be divorced. So it's
Okay.
mean like, yeah, so
Is it
although
only
if
physical?
can be also from the
Verbal.
mental also,
Okay.
mental, for probably he can just record it what husband always nagging and always make a sound, or
Mm.
probably he always do bad things to his daughter, to her daughter, or kind of all things, or he have the problem with his family, I mean like her family, mother-in-law or
Mm.
father-in-law, or something like that. So you are
Okay.
not happy. So not only mean like you have to marry just only one guy. So mean like if you can't really happy, so you can just divorce and make a new life.
Mm.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Some have the also have the next direction, but yeah. So we have that thing. Sure. So and after that, so that is the different boys, female and male, for the third divorce, and after that for the polygamy. Do you know about polygamy?
Yeah, having more than one partner, right?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so having more than one partner. For me, it's like yeah, for the woman, it's like kind of hot topic, but yeah. So for the men, probably it's like if you know that women can just men can just only marry four.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the woman, they can just marry once in their life, and after that, after divorce, and he have she have to wait about 3 months.
Yeah.
We call it idah. We call it idah. Yeah, we call it idah. Or that mean like you have to wait 3 months.
To
After
marry.
the 3 months, you can marry a new husband.
Mm.
Why she have to wait 3 months? Because one of the reason in the scientific also, and for the Islamic reason also, because it will be help you to for example, if the woman is pregnant, for the if for example the woman is pregnant, so it will be can be detect who
Okay.
is the
The three
husband
months
of
can
this child.
see. Yeah, okay.
Yes, that's right. So it's one of the reason.
Okay.
Um, and also, if can you imagine like if that man, if that woman is have like different husband, I mean like have like multiple husband. So how can he know that, and she know that this husband is belong to my children. So can you
Mm.
get it?
Mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm.
So that is why. So
Okay.
like for example, it's like the man can marry about four different girl, because one of the reason is like for the Islam, we know that in the next akhir zaman, what do you call it? At the end of the year, something. Yeah, at the end of the world. So it's like kind of a woman is like many than a woman. No, woman is many than men.
The
So it's
ratio.
like yeah, the ratio. So it's like probably men will be protect the woman. So
Mm.
hopefully, so inshallah, yeah, something like kind of like, and also actually, woman is really, 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 really look what Islam is really, really protect women and really, really love women. Why I said like this? Because it's like previous before Islam came, woman is really just only in the kitchen and have to do the slave, and I don't know whether you know about this. If a family have a daughter
Mm.
in their give birth, that
Yeah.
at that time, if they know about the gender is girl, they will kill that girl. You know
Mm.
about that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
China
So
also actually. Yeah.
yeah, that's right. In China also, it's like something of shame for them.
Yeah.
Like yeah, kind of shame for them. But because after that, because after Islam came and make it the woman is really higher, and one of the Prophet Muhammad SAW asked Prophet, who should I devote it first? Mean like who should I really respect? So what Prophet give the answer say that your mom. And after that, his friend Prophet Muhammad SAW asked, after that, who should I give devoted? And Prophet said that your mom. And he repeat three times. After he repeat three times, and he said that your dad. So it's mean like the Prophet asked him to really respect your mom or your girls, then
More than that.
yes, it's
Mm.
kind of yeah. So that's mean like Islam is really love and really protect girl for me. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. All right. Okay. Is it you want to ask about the hijab or about anything about yeah? Or it's fine. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's okay. We can go to the next one. Um, will gays or LGBT rights be recognized by Islam one day?
Okay. About this, what can I say is no.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So it's actually it is prohibited act more than three
Mm.
sodomy. Sodomy. I don't know whether you know about this. It's
Yeah.
yeah. So men
Mm.
second thing because it's more prohibited. You know that adultery is like men or and women.
Cheating. Yeah.
So yeah. So this is the one. mm, So because back then about the prophet Lut, if you know about the Sodom prophet Lut, back then there is about the story about how the prophet, how the people give got the azab or got the punishment from the God because they do these things,
All
sodomy,
right.
yeah. So and about this because I learned in the forensic science. So actually, these things have been asked by my lecturer, Dr. Amber, about this, and she asked us in the class, is it the forensic will be problem if LGBT or how is it? She asked the question in the class. Is it will be hard for us as a forensic student? So we did not like really answer, but she asked us to like really think about this, and she said that it's really make a trouble for us forensic student or forensic scientific scientist because for example, at that grave, right is like, for example, is John, John, John Jonet. So, for example, John Jonet. Okay, John Jonet. But when the forensic try to dip this this bone, this that body,
Mm.
and then because John Jonet, what we know is like the boy or mean like the guy. guy. But when we try to find it, actually there is two different too many different between born guy and born girl. So I will just show you that is the difference between that. So if you can see that the men have larger head compared for the girl, and the men also have the larger leg compared to the woman. And actually that is the woman have the wider pelvic and
Yeah.
torso. Yeah. And if you know about why is it for the girl have the larger pelvic?
Give birth.
Yes, for the give birth. Yes, correct. Yeah. So that is the reason why. Okay. So that is the why the doctor say that it will be have a problem and have really, because when we detect this is the grave for the guy, but when we do the analysis and when we do the about something, and then we say that okay, so this is not the not guy 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 bones, but this is the woman bones. How we know that? Because it have the larger pelvic, or we know that it's from the shorter bone for the face, kind of. Okay, all right. So that is what I can say about that.
But do you know why is it not allowed?
It's mentioned in the ayah 27 the 54, but I did not I did not copy the ayah.
Right.
But because it's like because it's haram, because
Mm.
it will be dangerous, moral and human nature, and dangerous for the human who do so. And also in the for the Yusuf Al-Qadari, one of the Islam scholars, say that the homosexual behavior is against woman nature and destroy masculinity and deprive a woman of their right. This can be destructive and order of the society, and human being no longer care about ethnic virtue and the free will. One of the reason, because it should be decreased. Mean like yeah. So because if we try to think about logically, it's like if the woman or man who will be give birth is if all the nation is like do like this. So I mean like, because give a nation give the birth is will be happen when its sperm and ovum come out. So this is
Mm.
like mean, yeah. So who will be give the donation? So it's like something like that. What do you
But
think?
I think gays are 5 to 10% of population, whether it's genetic or is something to do with the upbringing, I'm not sure. But if let's say it's only a small part of the population and they don't want to have children, is that okay then? Is that accepted?
Mm, mean like just only one. I mean like mean the parents is like guy and they have like the girls in the family. Mean the
No,
children is girl.
is if it's a guy or girl, but they don't want to have children, or maybe they can have children but they adopt from another family.
Okay, alright, right. But still, it's like because it's Islam is not allowed this. So if you do like this, so it's like it's not allowed. It's like yeah. So it's something like if you want to for the prayer, it's like what I said mentioned before is like because you are have a vacation for this week, so you don't want to do this prayer. So it means like you don't want to follow this rule for this part. And after that, when you come out also, when you done for or I repent this from this road, and I want to go back to this road. So because you know this is it's not good way, so it's haram. So why you want to do this? It's like you have the another option. So just do the another option, or you just follow.
But I'm wondering, why is it haram to be gay?
Mm. Yeah, so it's mean like gay is something like you change your mean like you change your natural habitat, natural things. Mean like you should be like for the guy it should be masculine, or for the guy you have to protect your family, or for the guy you have to have your beard, or you have to do have you without any breath, or you anything. But why you want to change it? So mean like you did not for example, you did not grateful to your God because I just give you this. Why you want to change your something like not not
Natural.
really, yeah, not natural. So,
I think a bit hard to like for
to
me.
balance.
I'm not gay or anything, but I think with that reason it's a bit hard to agree for me, because like
Okay.
a lot of things we do in life not natural. Like
Mm-hmm.
um we also born without clothes, but then we wear clothes. That's also against nature. When we buy water, like our water bottle, plastic water bottle, that is also
Okay.
from factory, from its process. It's not from the river, it's not nature. So it's a bit hard for me to see like how I can like agree that being gay is not good for morals or anything. Because I also have gay friends, and I think they're just like you and me. Like they are they can have a very fulfilling life, very meaningful life, and care for their family, care for their friend, even though they're gay. And some of them, no matter how much they try, like I got this friend, she used to be Christian, and the church say that same with most religions, like they do not allow gay, lesbian, or bisexual, blah blah blah, right? Then they send her for conversion therapy. So she need to go for this thing. And then it was quite bad because during the therapy, right, they use the shockwave treatment. So they will play her a PowerPoint, then they will show her two photos. And then on the photo, there'll be a guy and girl kissing. And then the next photo, it'll be girl and girl kissing. And then when the girl and girl kissing, the photo appears on the screen, right? They send a shockwave to her brain. To like to kind of teach her that this is a bad thing. She went for a few times, and then she said that the conversion didn't help her, and like she became quite traumatized from it. Like she got a very bad experience. And at the end of the day, until now, she's still lesbian. Like she cannot change herself. Then what do you think uh should be the right path for these kind of people? Do you think they should be punished, or
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know about this because I have also, yeah, my
quite
friend.
common, right?
Yeah, it's
Mm.
quite, yeah, it's quite common. For me, I really pity for them. It's like because this is not your nature. For me, it's like not your nature because it's like your nature should be you like someone opposite, not the same.
Mm.
Like something of, yeah. So I really pity for them for the first, and after that, um, I will just probably I will just do the advice something, and because if he is the new same religion, so I just give him or her remember about the word of the Allah because it's not
Accepted.
allowed nah, it's not accepted in the Islam and all things. If a different religion, so I will just ask him to to seek mungkin maybe psychotherapy. Not really. Probably something. Because for I have read a lot. It's like some of them is like they do this. Well, for example, it's like for the girl being less, or for the guy being gay, less because it's like probably she always being what you call it, mismatch, no, being do by his parents, or not really his parents, her parents not accept her as a girl, something like that. So he tried to be a boy, so something of that. Or she want to protect someone else, mean her family, mean because he always be slapped by his parents, something like that. Yeah, because it's a natural. No, I know some of that friend. Yeah, when we know about their story, probably we will help. We can help them. It's like, yeah, okay, something like that. Because I don't really know about how to give like advice and a good advice about them. But I will just pray for them, like if they are Muslims, so I will
Mm.
just pray that they will repent before they die,
Yeah.
because for the die it's like if they not change it, really afraid that about things. So
Mm.
and I also is like because I don't really know about is it I will go to the paradise or for the hellfire. So I can just like I can't just say that okay you are not good, and you will probably will just go to the hellfire. No, I will not do that. It's like I will just try to advise and give advice. That is how people and give the encouragement. So I mean like why you do like this, and why is it because you have not self confident. But sometimes they when they look at them being guy, so they have the confidence. Some of them do like that. So it's like, yeah, just say that you just have to believe yourself. So don't just being a someone else and being like this. So yeah, yeah, like give advice and pay. So that is how I can just,
Quite difficult to do with that.
yeah, that's so true. How about you? How about you?
Mm, I mean, for me, I guess my philosophy or my reasoning is that as long as they're not doing harm to others and they are living a normal, healthy life, I think they deserve human rights, like like more heterosexual people do as well. So, but that's just my opinion on that. Yeah. I don't really see that they are very sinful or anything. I just still see them as um
As a
being
human.
everyone else, like yeah, or similar, but just that they like another, or they like the same gender as them. Love is love, I guess. So I can't judge, but I can't say anything also. That's just my feel or my take on it.
Okay, okay, okay. I got it. I got it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, everyone have their own opinion about this. It's like, for that is what my opinion is.
Mm,
Like, because as you know that it's because it's like the religion is my guidance. So if you did not follow the guidance, how
yeah,
did you want to do the straight path? So
yeah,
because the guidance is say that it's like not allowed.
allowed.
So it's like not really allowed. So it's like you the one that Allah give the one that know that this is not correct. So you have to take someone that being go to that direction, so take him to that, or take her to this direction, so something
Mm,
like that.
mm, fair. Um, Moving on. Next question: is there a need for reform in Islam? Do you think?
Okay, so this mm, for me for me there is no need, because reform is mean like you have to change it in the for the syllabus in the book. So you don't like this chapter, so you want to change it to the another chapter. Kind of, is it? What I
Something like,
understand
or
about it.
like to adapt to modern times.
Okay, all right, I got it. Okay, okay. Actually, for the modern times, actually we have. Okay, probably I will just answer this question for the question 10
Okay.
but together, because it's like question 10 and question 7 kind of
Same.
relate each other,
Okay.
because yeah, so something like that. So probably okay. Okay, so question number 10 and number 8, I think is like honor killing and does it deserve. I think you say that don't have to
Yeah,
answer it,
we can
but
skip this question.
but
Just go to.
yeah, for your information, it's like
Mm,
there is no honor killing in the Islam, but
okay.
it's happened before that. Yeah, so I think it's like probably something like what I know from the sejarah or history book
Mm,
back then. For example, for women, when women in India, when they did not want to marry or they want to divorce, it's like kind of shame, so they will get killed, so something like that, because of the honor for the family. It's like kind of what I understand about this question. So that is not happen in Islam.
okay.
Alhamdulillah. So that, yeah. So this is the question about the number 9 actually.
9. Yeah. Uh,
Uh,
so talking about, is consent important in Islam? Consent to live the religion or reject female genital mutilation, etc.
okay. Alright. So the female genital mutilation, I think because in Islam, I don't know, probably correct or not, but what I've read is what I've read is um because it's like different situation. If like for the first, it's a sunnah, where we call
Yeah.
it is like a good way, because um, female genital mutilation, if the woman is good, mean like they have a good condition, or if they are not have sick, so they are sunnah, or they are allowed to do this. But if it will be effect for their health, so it's not allowed, and they can't do this genital mutilation. Okay, and what this ayah is will be mentioned in the hadith, what I can read, there is a five kind of, there include the fitrah. What we call it fitrah is like something natural, something natural. Namely, circumcision, shaving their hair that grow around the genital, cutting the mustache, um, cutting the nail, and plucking armpit hair. So something like that. So it's like something fitrah, or something normal that you can cut, because what I understand, if female genital mutilation is something like you have to cut.
Sunnah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For women, yeah, for the men also have some, have is sunnah, and for the woman is good if they are doing this. So something like that. Okay, so that is for the female genital mutilation. I
But
hope I understand.
is it, is there actually so wait, can you scroll up a bit? You said, oh, so it's in the Quran actually that females should be getting circumcision, is it?
It's not in the Quran. It's Abu Hurairah, Bukhari, Muslim, and Ahmad. It's the difference between Quran and the Sunnah. For the Sunnah, it's mentioned from the Prophet Muhammad SAW. So this is the one that mentioned from what is the Prophet Muhammad SAW said or told. So there is the difference. So for the ayah, for example, this is ayah. This ayah Surah Al Imran verses 119. So this is the Quran. Oh, for this is the one as what Quran is the what Allah said, and the hadith or Sunnah is what the Prophet Muhammad SAW said. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said. So that is the difference. Mm.
Oh,
So yeah,
okay,
so
okay.
yeah, this is the Prophet
Because
Muhammad.
back home, right, they released this video. Wait, I can share with you. You can see later also.
Okay.
They said that there was um nowhere stated in the hadith or the Quran talking about female genital mutilation. Because for guys, I think it's quite common that all the boys will go through the whole sunat procedure. But for girls, I actually didn't know it was a thing. But they did sort of like documentary um in my country. So it was talking about how that actually it's not even in the religious text, and no one knows why they're still doing it, and like some of the females are coming out to talk against this practice lah, to say that if it's not advocated in the religion or written anywhere, why are they still doing it, and they're taking away the choice for the females. Like those feminists like would make those kind of arguments. You can see the video I sent you here.
Oh, okay, right,
Yeah.
right, right, right. Can you
Because
send this link to my WhatsApp after this,
okay,
probably?
yeah, yeah.
Mm. You want
Because
to show this at this time or after this or probably?
no, like when you're free, you can see. Because I thought it was quite interesting. Like they were just
Mm.
saying that there's nowhere that says that you have to do the female genital manipulation for guys, yes, but not for girls. And then they said they didn't know that they had done it until years later, where the mother told the daughter that she had done this procedure lah. So
Mm.
but mm, so
Okay, okay.
that's quite interesting that actually you've actually found the quote, because that in the video they said there wasn't. But yeah, I'm not sure about this, so
Mm.
you can see the video and maybe they're wrong. I'm not sure.
Okay, 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 okay. Yes. Probably I will just see after this. I will look after this, inshallah.
Anytime.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Right. Yeah. But for now, it's like now in my family or in my country, they still use do this
Oh,
because
okay.
it's like one of the sunnah. So it's
Mm,
like yeah. So why we did not do like something like we can do a good things or something like that. So until right now we do this. So for like my niece or my nephew, yeah, we will do this when they are kids. So
okay.
when they are mm, so it's kind of like. Or like about the
Apostate.
apostate, yeah. For we call it murtad. So it's like apostate is one that mean like for one that openly express and show his or her renouncement of the religion and usually end up in others being encouraged to do the same. Okay, mean
Mm,
like you say that I'm not Islam anymore. So it's like kind of. But if you say like that, it's like just the intention for example, it's like just a joking, but it's still not. It still count like you are playing around. So it's like it's not good. And the punishment for the apostasy does not apply to one who has turned away from religion but doesn't announce it. So yeah, something like that.
I
So
see.
therefore, it's correct to say that the apostate is a punish for an act that has do with society, not merely because of the same personal belief. So it means like if you announce in the Twitter or in the WhatsApp or in the
Mm,
YouTube that I'm now not Islam anymore. So
mm,
it's like the government or who someone who take care of the Islam, they will just can just take care, come and
arrest.
mean like do the arrest you something like and just give your advice why you want see from the Islam and all things. So it's like, and why in the Surah At-Tawbah, this is the in the Quran mentioned, and if you ask them, they will surely say that we are only conversing, and praying, say that, is it Allah and his verses and his messenger that you are mocking? Make no excuse, yeah, disbelief after you believe. If you are pardoned, one faction of you will punish another faction because they were criminals. So I mean, like if you say just now, I say that I'm just joking that I'm not a Muslim anymore. So it's like there is no mocking. So it means like
Make
I don't
fun.
like make fun of that.
Mm.
So it's like it can't be like that. All right.
So they are allowed to leave, but they just cannot announce it, right?
But still, it's not
Allowed.
yeah, it's not allowed because the religion is not something like just now you say that when you want to go to that religious, you have to do the research, you have
Mm.
to do like all the things. So I mean like you have to do the you have to read, because if you example you want to go to the university, of course you have to read the background, what you want to learn after this, and when the the holiday, and when is it until what years. So you have to know everything, so after that you can go to that. So I mean like if you just want to try, okay, I will try and go to that, and after that it's not suitable for me, so we want to go back. No, there is no turn back in Islam. So why is not is not allowed in Islam? That is because we want to say that you have to take serious. So if you want to change the religion, so you have to take this serious. So not just like, okay, this is not suitable for me, so I will just change it. Because religions is not something that you can just buy your
Mm.
church at the shop, and after that you can just give back. So it's like no, something like that. Okay.
What
So
about like people who halfway discover another religion, or they never felt connected in the first place? Because I know for Islam, they're already born into it, right? They don't have to convert. Once you're born, your name, if you're a guy, then is already, you already have a Muslim name like Muhammad something, something, and then you will do all the traditions. Um, but they don't really have a choice to choose when they're young. As soon as they're born, they're already a Muslim kind of thing. So um,
okay. So is
they
it
don't really have the time to research about the religion, but because they're already born into it, right? So later on, then they can make the choice.
okay, okay, I got it, I got it. Okay. Yeah, for me it's like a fortune if you are born in Muslim family, because it's like not everyone is being choose to born this way. So it's like something like if you are from the rich family, so if you're born from the rich family, so it's like wow, it's good. Or you are born from example, you are born in the group in the family of Angelina Jolie, so it's like so it's like wow, it's kind of fortune that you can just born in that family. But
Mm,
yeah, so I mean like they doesn't have any choice. Yeah, they have to follow in Islam. Yes, correct. And they for me it's like the parents have to take the rules. So I mean like the parents have to say why you being a Muslim, and you have to why you have to submission to the God, and to mean like to pray and all the things. You just not just follow because of your because of your ancestry. Mean like your grandma do this, so you have to do that. This also, your grandpa do this, and you have to do that. So now you have to understand why you born in this way.
mm,
Yeah, for me, for me. So I think it's like the family have to take the action for that. Yeah. So you have to be grateful that you are born in Muslim, for me, because it's for us, if you are born in the Muslim, so it's like some of the ticket. So what I said to you, the Shahada. Shahada is like the ticket to go to the paradise. If you did not have any ticket, so how you want to travel to another country? Although you have the money, and although you have the afford to do that. So because you not buy the ticket, so you are not. not allowed to go to the another place or something like that. You got it?
Yeah. So basically, like the religion believes that if you're born into it, then like you have no choice but to stay and um commit to it. There's just
Yeah.
no
But
leeway.
yes, yes, for Islam. But that is how because it's like you have to take it serious. So it's like not just only yeah, Islam I'm Islam in the IC. Mean I Islam in the card only.
Mm.
Not the way, not the yeah, all the things. Sorry, like the way or your talk and all things. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I will go to the for the why is deserved to be punishment. So it's like if you know that when you do the apostasy murtad, or we call it murtad in the Islam, why they will have the punishment someone who is uh, going not revert to the another religion. The reason is why it's like it's have been assigned for this act because the apostasy cause disorder of the moral harmony of the society. So it mean like because it will be effect for the society, not just only you. So, for example, if you change you change the region, or you change the, for example, just a small things, or you change school, or you change name. Of course, all the society or your relative we know about that. So for the religion is a bit high, so the society will be affect also. So it will be prevent for the society to do that also. And plus, if you are influencer, it's like if you change, like for the Coca-Cola, for example, Coca-Cola Ronaldo, but
Mm.
he just move the
The
Coca-Cola
bottle
bottle, but it's make all the things is like drop. So and he is the one that is someone who have the highest
influence.
follower in the influence in the Instagram. So
Mm.
because you are the someone in that influence others. For example, let's support Palestine for example. They if you just only say that and all your follower will just follow you. But if you just say that let's ban for country Malaysian, for example, I'm from Malaysia, so yeah, for let's ban any country. So after that, the follower will just follow you. So that is why we just prevent it this happen to be more. Yeah. So
Okay.
there is someone. Mm, okay, there is like five of the reason. Number two is like preventing same. Number three is like showing the significance the religion or to the society.
Mm.
Number four is encouragement to do more comprehensive research on the religion before accepting it. So it is like yeah. So I mean like okay, you know that the bad things. So I mean like if we for example if you want to go to the uni, if you did not have achievement like 3 point something, so you will not have the certificate. So it means like oh it's waste my time. For example, if you think that I not afford to go the Harvard because it's like I not will not accept the certificate is probably I will just waste my time at the Harvard. So you think about that, so you did not go there because you're not really mm, prepared for that. So got
Mm.
to. Yeah.
Okay. Then the last question, I think. Oh, almost 2 hours already. Thanks for your time, by the way. You're like so long this whole podcast, but thank you so much, Nick. Last question. Why is there so many different Islamic sources which disagree? What are the four schools of thought and how are they different?
Okay, about this. I will just read it with 7 and 10 just now for the reform and the different. Okay, so for your information, because main source for the Muslim we have four source.
Mm.
So the holy book that is mean the Al Quran, and the second is the Sunnah, or the what is the Prophet Muhammad SAW do and said, and what he do something, all things. So number three is ijma ulama, or what the scholar said. So that is, this is ijma is come from the, you said that for primary school. So
Yeah.
that is one. Okay. And for the number four is kias. Kias is
Yes.
an kias, ijma ulama and kias. Okay. Kias is an analogy. For example, in the Quran, it doesn't mention that smoking is haram. Okay, for example, it's like the Sunnah is mean like in the century of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, there is no cigarette
Mm.
in the Sunnah, in
Yeah.
the Prophet nation. But
Mm.
because in the Holy Book said that, one of the ayah say that if it will be door, or it will be a harm for yourself, is not good for yourself, and it
So
will be
drugs,
haram.
smoking.
So it
Mm.
means like the cigarette is not good. Yeah, it's yes, kind of smoking, drug, or something like that. So it's not really good. So we can take this portion. Okay, so analogy. So this is bad for us. So we will take it. The scholar will say that, okay, this not good. So this is kias for that is the example of that.
Okay.
Okay, for example, vaccine right now. Okay, vaccine is right now, it's like there is no mention in the century of the Rasulullah Sallam, and the Quran is doesn't mention vaccine in the Quran.
Yeah.
So, but we know that vaccine is good. It's like more benefit
Protection.
than harm. So
Yeah.
that is why, yeah, the protection and from the COVID and all things. So that is why we have to take this vaccine. So you got it? Analogy about that.
Mm.
Okay, so that is one. You have to understand four source. And after that, the four school that you said, why is there a different four school? Before that, we have actually, they have a 13th section
Ah.
of the school, but the famous is this is this
Mm.
four school. Okay, what the interesting is actually when I just do this research, and I just like, okay, I know about this just now. And it's like, because actually Hanafi, their first school is like Hanafi one, and the second is Maliki, and the second school scholar, and the third is like Shafi'i,
Shafi.
and the fourth is Hanbali.
Mm.
Okay, so why is that the different? Because they come from the different place. Mean like the people
Oh.
that take off this scholar from the different place. If you
Mm.
can see, where is it? Singapore, Malaysian do take the scholar?
Shafi.
Yeah, Shafi'i. Good. Okay, you pass. Okay. Alright. Yeah. So we are in for the Malaysia, or for the Indonesia, or the ASEAN people, we take Shafi'i for the scholar, because we are different place. So, for example, it's like right now for the lockdown. Why Malaysia do the lockdown? How come Egypt not do the lockdown? And why UK can be just freely just moving, or you can just travel any country? Because the place, because the place is like, okay, we don't have to do the lockdown, because the scholar say that, how is it, how
Mm.
this. Okay. And for example, it's like, for the prayer, um for the subuh, one of the prayer in like in the morning, we just have to pray two rak'ah, two times, and some of the mazhab, for some of the scholar, they have to do the doa, but some of the scholars say that we don't have to do the doa. So because it's like the place make it different. But what is the interesting about this scholar is actually they are come from the the student and the teacher. Actually, Hanafi is the most the highest teacher, and
Oh.
after that come out the Maliki. Maliki
Mm.
is study from the Hanafi, and after that Shafi'i study from to the Maliki, and
Oh.
after that Hanbali study from the to the Shafi'i. So
Mm.
I mean like they are come from the so from the
Different
same
mentors.
mean like same teacher. So but So me like they are from
Hmm.
something like that. So so it's like interesting. So
Is there
actually,
any wrong or right between the schools, or all is correct to you?
okay, because it's there is no, for me it's like no wrong or correct, because it's depend on that place. Because like for example, um, fasting for some place, like Shafi'i say that fasting when you are travel, you can just open.
Hmm. Yeah,
Mm,
on the road, right?
you can just open on the road. But
Hmm.
for the others, other scholars say that you can't, although you are travel, you can't do, because probably their country, like for example Maliki,
Hmm.
maybe because their country like in the UK, because their weather is like so nice.
Yeah.
Why they want to open,
Hmm.
rather than like for the Saudi
Singapore,
Arabia,
Malaysia.
yes,
Okay.
or Saudi Arabia, because it's like so hot. So you can just open it your fasting, because it's like different situation and different how you want to apply that thing.
So
So
if let's say you are Shafi'i Muslim and then you go to Morocco or Spain, must you follow Maliki's like sort of teachings? Because if I'm not wrong, if you go to a new country, you must follow like the law of the land, right?
mm-hmm,
Do you have to
mm-hmm.
follow a different school or thought if you go to another country, or you are still the same? It just depends on where you're born.
Okay, yes, because this is actually is happen for this one of the scholar, between two of the scholar. For example, because I don't really remember which of the scholar, like Shafi'i, he went to the Maliki place, and for example, Maliki place did not do the doa
Mm,
when the for the prayer subuh. It is for the morning prayer, because Shafi'i is really respect his teacher, so he did not do the doa. So mean like, because you go to that place, so because if you want to really respect that place, so you can do that. But you have to remember that you have to learn first. So mean you have to know that why I do this, why I do that. So mean like you can just like, okay, I want to follow this because the people is do that. So mean like you can't do that. So
okay.
you have to learn. You have to learn. So that is. Mm.
Mm,
Yeah. For example, it's like you know that in Islam we have like five prayer.
yeah.
So between Zuhur and Asar, Zuhur and Asar is like in Malaysia is like 1 o'clock, and for the Asar prayer in Malaysia is like 4 o'clock. It can be just different time. So I mean like you can just do, and after that you get the break and you can do the Asar prayer. But there is the problem when the winter happened in the UK,
Yeah.
because for the Zohor prayer it's happened only about 12 o'clock, and for the Asar prayer it's happened like 1 o'clock. So how come it's like, for example, you have the exam, so how did you want to pray like different time? So you can just jama, or you can just combine this prayer.
Mm,
Yeah. So because you go to that place, so you can just combine that prayer. Yeah. So
so,
because you are on that situation when you learn something, so you can just apply it. Because I learned that thing, so I can just apply it. But if you did not learn, so you did not know about this, so you can just ask, from us you can know and you can learn. So it's like you can't just like follow, oh okay, my friend just do that, but I don't know why she do this, okay, I
mm.
just follow that. No, you can't do that. Okay, you
Then
got it.
now in Egypt, do you follow a different school, or is it same over there?
For because it's like in Egypt I don't really, okay, probably it's on the Maliki, probably.
Right, Maliki.
Probably Maliki. I
Mm,
don't really know which of the scholar, but I as for now I just use the Shafi'i because I learned
That's what you know.
about Shafi'i. Yeah, that is
Okay.
what I know. Yeah,
Okay.
but if I about for example, I don't know, you know about wudu before we pray, we
Mm.
have to take the wudu,
Yeah.
ablution. I think it's ablution in the Arabic, in the English word. So in Shafi'i, if you touch for a guy,
Have to wash again
your
3 times.
ablution, yeah, this is something
The
like that. Yeah.
the
But
orat or something, right?
yeah, we have to take again. So it's for
Mm.
example, mungkin Adam have to do like this because like for example eating, just touch her
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
touch him or something like that. So for that is why I don't want to shake hand for the guy. So it's like some of the reason, for because like I will just protect myself because sometimes I have the ablution, so I don't want to break my ablution, so that I have to like take care of all the take off all
Got
the
you.
hijab and all the things. So yeah,
Yeah.
so some kind of the reason.
Okay.
So
Okay.
when for the Maliki, when you touch a girl, I don't know which color, I forgot. When you touch a different gender, it's not break your ablution.
Oh.
But you have to learn. We have to learn. So that is the one important thing. You have to learn.
Mm.
Yeah. So that is.
Okay. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, right. So that is, yeah. What can I say that is it they have the is will be they happen for the reformers? Is
Reform.
it you ask? Is it? Yeah. Is it will be need to reforms? For me, it's like the Islam is like really
Perfect.
shumut. Yes, perfect. Because it's like I have to consider all the things. So it's like from your wake up your daily life until you sleep. Mean like for the small things until you big things. Mean like for the economy, from the politician, from the all the things. So in the ayah Al Imran ayah 19, this is for the ayah Quran. Surely the religion which please with Allah is Islam. So mean like Allah is really just pleased for the Islam only in the Quran, and there is no dispute among those to whom the book has been given except after knowledge has come to them out of envy which is among them. However, disbelief in the verses of Allah, then surely Allah is swift in reckoning. So it's like mean this religion is being accept just only Allah just accept Islam. And I just want to question. I was just want to ask you.
Yeah.
Do you know that Prophet? We are from the Prophet Adam, is it? Okay. Or you do know about the Prophet Adam? Adam? Prophet Adam?
Yeah. Adam and Eve.
Okay, Prophet Adam. Yes, Adam and Eve. And I just want to ask you, what is the religion of the Prophet Adam and all the religion of the all the prophets?
Islam.
Why?
Islam. No.
Okay, why?
Why? I don't know.
Okay. Because yes, good. You correct. You answer the correct. Okay, you guess you got the tick. But it's like the reason you did not give the blank. So the reason is because Prophet Adam and all the prophet is just belief in Allah. So who is belief in Allah is belief in Islam. So that is
Mm.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is okay. Okay. So ini the yeah. Okay, that is what I can say to you. Hmm.
Okay.
I
Yep.
think I answered all the questions.
Yeah.
I
More
don't know
than
whether
answer.
I don't know it's good or you did not understand, or I'm so sorry, or I give you a wrong information, but I hope it's correct. I hope.
No, I think most of the things that I could understand what you were trying to say, and with the all the examples they come up with. But yeah, we've went on about 2 hours plus. So really thank you for taking the time and then writing everything down on this Word document and all the sources. I didn't expect you would come with so many sources also, but that's good. Send some to me. I will definitely read it.
Okay, alright,
Maybe
inshallah.
not the full Malay one because my Malay is quite bad, but yeah. If there's English source, you can send me also. I'll definitely read. But thanks so much for taking the time.
Yeah, welcome, welcome. Okay. Is it you always do the like the podcast or what? Or you will just
Sometimes like if I'm free, because now it's my holiday, right? Like the
hmm.
summer holiday. So when I got more time to study about other stuff besides my uni work, then I will just take to listen, understand more, and then read.
Okay, hopefully you can just for us in like in the Quran there is like ikrah fiddin, mean like there is no push for the in the religion. So you
Mm.
mean like if you want to believe any religion, yeah, so you have to make straight and you have to go that path. So but I just pray that you will just have and you will find a good religion, inshallah.
Thank you, Nick. I mean, this talk actually opened up my mind towards Islam much more. So I think I need to like when you answer all of my questions, right? I think I have even more questions to go and figure out and look into more religious source. And I didn't know about their four sources. I only thought they had the Quran and the Hadith or the Sunnah, but then you told me there's a consensus and then the the analogy book. So yeah, that was really interesting. But thanks a lot, Nick. I think it's quite late. What time is it there? Is it 12 or 1?
12,
12.
14.
Oh, so sorry. Take up so much
It's
time, Nick.
nice. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. It's nice. I help from someone. I think we planned this talk about about January, but we
Yeah,
just said about after five
long,
months.
long. But I'm glad that we finally did it.
Alhamdulillah.
You you take care, okay? All the best with your studies there. You got 1 more month, so have a
Yeah,
safe journey back home also.
yeah.
And if you're ever
Take
in the
care.
UK again, just message me or Eating or anyone. We definitely come
Yeah,
visit.
when you will go back to Singapore?
I'm trying to go back next